Welcome back, students, to the second part of this video on writing and presenting for business audiences. And now we're going to focus on the presentation skills aspect. So let me just fast forward through here. And so you folks are going to have to create a PowerPoint, correct? And the question is, with that PowerPoint genre, what do you do with this genre, as well as just other things to think about when you're presenting before a group of people. And so the purpose, what does a PowerPoint do? Well, it serves as a visual aid both for you and for the audience. It's a memory prompt, so you know where you're going, as well as leaving the audience with something to think about, something to trigger their memory, and an overview for what it is you're going to be discussing. So we're going to talk about each of these things a little more in depth here in a second, but there are some key presentation tips to think about in relation to when you're crafting your PowerPoint as well as when you're presenting before an audience. And one is to provide folks with a roadmap. Another is to keep it simple, talking beyond the slides, watching your body language, paying attention to time, and considering handouts. So having a plan B for if something goes wrong with your technology. So to provide a roadmap, you want to give your audience a sense of where you're going. And this could happen from the get-go when you're presenting and on your PowerPoint. That you have an overview slide and somebody in your group talks about, okay, so-and-so is going to discuss this aspect of the company, this person is going to talk about this aspect, and we're going to conclude with this person talking about whatever. And that could be on your slide as well. The audience will then have a clear sense of what's going to be discussed in this PowerPoint, what to expect. We have a sense of where we're going. We have that roadmap. The other part of PowerPoints is keeping it simple. So here's an example of something you do not want to do. It is really annoying to your audience to have to read lots of text on a slide. Often they won't. You'll end up reading it to them, in which case your back will be to them. Blank space is psychologically important. People get overwhelmed and exhausted by looking at overcrowded slides, so keep it simple and just write the basic ideas on the slides to serve as reminders. You can explain the rest to your audience. If in doubt, divide into multiple slides. So you can see here I just read that to you because that's going to be the impulse. If you have a lot of text on a slide, you're going to want to read everything that's on there because you don't want to miss anything, right? So the idea is to keep it simple. The idea is to just have the bullets be there as reminders, as part of that roadmap, things that remind you of what to expand upon later on, verbally, so those ideas that you have there. So don't put a lot of text on a single slide, break information up across multiple slides. You want to minimize some other things in addition to just the text you have on a given slide, such as special effects, animations, multiple colors and fonts, and I will have another video that will show you some examples of that in a minute. But just because PowerPoint can do these things, or Prezi can do these things, Prezi is great because it has pretty smooth animations, special effects, so that it builds in transitions to that purpose. PowerPoint, sometimes it can just be obnoxious when you're doing it and doing it too much. Again, you want to keep it simple. You want to keep it so that it's readable for folks and doesn't distract from what it is you're trying to say. The other aspect is to talk beyond the slides. So using slides as prompts, right? These slides are just meant to supplement your thoughts and your ideas. You don't necessarily want to have the slides speak for you in terms of everything that you want to say. So provide some outside examples also when they are appropriate. So you can draw in comparisons from other places. Watch your body language. So you want to face the audience, you want to make eye contact, and you want to dress appropriately. So when I say face the audience, right, the idea of talking to the audience, you might not want to look at the audience, you might not want to make that eye contact with them, but you need to. They need to know that you're engaged, that you're talking to them, that you want to be there, that you care about what it is that you're saying. So therefore you need to watch your body language. And of course dressing appropriately. Again, it depends partially on the context of the audience and who that audience is. If the company is, very casual, right, then maybe casual attire is appropriate. But more than likely, it's going to be business casual, if not more formal than that. Okay, and it depends. Again, if you're presenting to the board of directors, you're probably going to want to dress up a lot more than you're going to want to dress down, right? For other audiences, you might not have to dress up as much. Pay attention to the time. So you all should know how long you have as a group, and therefore then know how much time you have as individuals. Know what the time limits are. And to help with that, you need to practice. Whether it's practicing by yourselves for your part, whether it's practicing as an entire group, whether it's coming to the writing center and getting that practice process, feedback, etc. Know exactly how long it is that you need and how long that you're taking. Again, when we're presenting in front of others, we have the tendency to either speed up, maybe we'll slow down, maybe we'll trip over certain things that we didn't think we would otherwise, and those are all places to practice and so that you know exactly how much time you have. The other thing you want to consider is to leave time for questions and discussion. If you have 15 minutes and each of your group members has however long they have, 2-3 minutes, and you're out of time, then there's no time for questions or discussions. You want to leave a little bit of leeway for those things so you can engage the audience further. Consider handouts. Technology can and does go wrong. Okay? Things don't work, things are formatted incorrectly, things become corrupt, things crash, things get lost, whatever it is. Again, if you're not presenting in a place where you're familiar with it, you could go to a room and think that they're going to have one set of conventions or hookup for your laptop or for whatever, but they don't. So you need to consider a plan B. You need to have some type of handout. So that could be the slides themselves, it could be relevant tables, figures, or other visual aids. It could be flowchart diagrams. It could be just any of those things, but only if it's relevant to what it is you're discussing. Again, the PowerPoint is in supplement to your presentation, you engaging with the audience. It is not your entire presentation. So even if it does get lost somewhere along the way, you still should be ready to go and be able to talk to the audience. So a couple things to finish off with here. Resources. Utilize the Writing Center. We're in the library, we're on 26. We're open 6 days a week, day and evening hours, as well as Sunday. We have resources available in addition to this particular PowerPoint available at our website. And if you go to our website, that's where you can also make appointments for yourselves as well as for your group members. So the things to leave off on, again, know your purpose, know who the audience is that you're presenting to, and what you can do with that genre of a PowerPoint or a Prezi presentation. Use authoritative sources when relevant. Pay close attention to sentence level prose, so i.e. look for those common errors, mistakes that you may have, and make sure that you clean some of those things up. And remember to keep it simple, keep it concise, just use the PowerPoint to supplement your thoughts and your ideas. If you folks have any questions, be sure to contact your instructor, but certainly in relation to anything mentioned in this video or the previous video, feel free to contact me directly at the Writing Center. And good luck, folks. We hope to see you soon.